Welcome back, fake sports fans. Well, after a Game 3 win, our Jays have a 2-1 series lead in the 28th World Series against the Milwaukee Brewers. So for Game 4, Jays will send Brian Wu to the mound to go up against Freddie Peralta. So let's have a look at the lineups and then get into the game. And as always, we play with quick counts on for a fast-paced game.
Live from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, the World Series on MLB The Show coming up. It's the Toronto Blue Jays and the Milwaukee Brewers. All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this.
Milwaukee Brewers.
So just about set now, and today's starting pitcher, Freddie Peralta.
Try to stay back for that power changeup. Speed differential between the fastball and the changeup is huge. Hitters, they have a hard time staying back.
Okay, all set to go.
Leading off tonight
and now for the
Toronto,
Jays,
the
Lawrence
right
Butler.
Lawrence Butler.
And that is out of play. Peralta, with a stellar run lately on the mound, really carving up lineups. Swing and a pop-up. Abrams settles underneath it. Makes the grab, one down. Here's Adley Rutschman.
The catcher, number 35, Adley.
One out, base is empty. And 1-2.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you can get hurt.
Down to the dirt, swing and a miss. Safe at first as they can't make the play. Runner on at first with one gone. Here comes Bryce Harper. Swing and a foul out of play. That one missed.
No, he's not afraid to fall into a two-strike count. Knows the strike zone very well, so much so that I think umpires will look at him and determine whether it's a ball or strike, if he swings or not.
Man at first, one away. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Still 2-2 after the foul ball.
Also really good at bat. What I like about this guy, his bat stays in the zone for a long time. Gives him the ability to foul off tough pitches.
In the air, left field, down the line, and that lands in no man's land, a foul ball. Stays alive.
Oh, having such a tough time putting him away. 6 foul balls in a row. Man, what a battle.
Spoils the two-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Grounder might be 2. Here's Geloff for 1. And that's 2. Back here with my pal Siggy. And today's starter, Ryan Wu. What's the scouting report on him?
Very dominant his last time out, picked up the win, only allowed 1 run. These guys would love to see him back on his game in this one.
Up now for Milwaukee,
John
Martinez.
The designated hitter, John Martinez.
Next offering upstairs.
Well, when you come off a tough 1-run loss in the postseason, you'll be looking back at the opportunities that you missed in the previous game and make sure that you don't miss them in this one.
Swings through that one.
Full count.
The other way, Harper. takes it himself. One gone, bottom half of the first.
Batting second.
Joseph
third baseman.
Ortiz up now for the Brewers.
Ortiz.
And the righty deals. Line drive. And this one looks like trouble. Now he'll turn for second. And that's a double.
Ripped that one down the line and kept it fair. And even when you hit it that far out front, you still have to keep your hands tight to your body so you don't hook around that baseball and put it in.
Oh, now this ball's going to get through, and that's a base hit. Safe at home, and the runner scores from second. And it's 1-0.
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI. Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch, just shot it through the infield.
And that one clips the corner.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Runner takes off. Fouls it off. Still 1-2. One run across in the frame so far here in Game 4 of the World Series. Double play ball to second. In plenty of time to first. Awesome play there. Here's C.J. Abrams to hit.
He's been such a good hitter with runners in scoring position. Some guys just take it to another level. For him right now at the plate, it's like everyone else is in slow motion.
And meanwhile, this a fair ball down the left field line. The run comes in to score from second, and they take a 2-run lead.
He was all over that one. Got a fastball, middle of the plate, jumped all over it. Absolutely smoked that ball.
So, runner at second, 2 down. And now it's going to be Seiya Suzuki. That one at 95 missed up top. And now 3-1. Abrams at second with 2 down. And that's in for a strike.
Count full.
High fly ball out towards left field. That's back. You can kiss it goodbye. And they add on. It's 4-0. Now it's the second baseman, Zach Gelof. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. And that keeps the inning going.
That's now 3 hits in a row for the offense. I know it was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy.
And now, Garrett Mitchell.
1-2.
Well, it's not the inning he was planning on to begin this start, but you've got to find a way to shake things off and give your team some length and put up some zeros.
Lined into right. And that's the inning. The 4th game of the World Series. And now the big-time power threat, Anthony Santander. Swings through that one for strike 2.
He's already pitching with a 4-0 lead, so we should see him be aggressive, fill up the strike zone, don't issue free passes.
Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. And a foul ball, he stays alive. Swing and a miss. Freddie Peralta with the strikeout. Next is the designated hitter, Gabriel Moreno. And it is 2-1. That one fouled off. One down, base is empty. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. And it remains 2-2.
Full count.
Line to left, and it's a foul ball. Ninth pitch of the at-bat due next. Swung on, belted. And it gets into the corner, but it's foul. Hit in the air, center field. Mitchell hauls it in, and there's 2 away. And now it's Dalton Varsho. You talk about elite defensive players, especially in the middle of the diamond, and this guy is at the top of the list. And that one is lifted in the air. Mitchell sizing this one up, and that'll do it. Bottom of the inning, stepping in, Brandon Valenzuela.
The catcher, Brandon Valenzuela.
And you played behind guys, and they love having your speed out there defensively. One of the things that we talk about is how much pitchers enjoy having those elite defenders behind them. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
2-2.
Logan, the one thing about that is speed never goes in a slump, and defense shouldn't either. Hitting-wise, you can struggle, you can lose your mechanics, but the thing that you can do consistently every single game is play great defense if you're talented in that way, and this is what this guy does.
Now batting,
Express right by his back for strike 3.
Martinez.
John Martinez now at the plate. Ball to strike. And that one fouled off. The 1-2. Swing and a high fly ball. Pretty well struck right field. That one's carrying. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run. He muscles that one out the opposite way. It's 5-zip. So 1 out, nobody on. Joseph Ortiz up now for the Brewers. Foul ball. 1 out, base is empty, and a run in. Bottom half of inning number 2. Foul ball left side. He'll see another.
The left fielder, number 11.
Here's the left fielder, Jackson Chourio. Out to short, and it's through for a hit. And now 2 aboard.
The first baseman, number 7, Michael.
Out of the bullpen for the Jays, Hayden Birdsong.
They know that he can get a right-hander out, but he's in position to face a couple of lefties this inning.
Hayden Birdsong.
First and second, 1 out. Now here is Michael Toglia. Clips the outside corner, and the count is 1-2. Ortiz on second. Chourio over at first with 1 away. Ground ball left side, could be 2. Off balance feed, there's 1. And it's a double play to end the inning. And we're back. New inning getting started. Now the third baseman, David Fry.
David Fry.
Rocketed out towards right center. Could be extra bases. And it gets by him. Makes the turn and heads for second. And he's into second with nobody out.
All over that one right there. Loud contact, leads to the double. I mean, you could tell it had extra bases written all over it as it jumped off of his stick.
This is Bryson Stott. And that misses. Ball 3. Fastball for a strike.
You got a full count.
Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. It's going to fall for a hit. The throw in. It's offline. The run comes in.
Well done. Drives in the run. Didn't try to do too much with it. Just a really controlled, simple swing. We don't see a whole lot of that these days with hitters trying to launch and hit home runs. But sometimes you got to shorten up just like that.
And that's through there for a strike. And the count 1-2. Battling here as he fouls it away. And that's in the dirt. Ball 2.
Recognize that changeup right out of the hand. Just spit on it.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Makes the catch. And there's one down. So up next for Toronto, Lawrence Butler. Swing and a ball lifted in the air right field. He just missed it. Suzuki makes the ground. And there are 2 down. Here's the Toronto catcher, Adley Rutschman. Inside.
Nope, that's it.
And the count 2-1.
Well, if he's going to steal second, you want him to go early in the count. That way he's not a distraction.
Runner on the go. Pitch outside. Throw, save. That's a stolen base. That one pushed to the left and foul. Runner at second, 2 down. Here in Game 4 of the World Series. Swing and a miss, and he got him. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Here's the shortstop at the plate, C.J. Abrams. That one outside, and it's 2-1.
Well, these Brewers really impressing me with the quality of their bats in this one. It's been fun getting a chance to see them go to work. They jumped all over the starter and knocked him out of the game early. He just was never able to settle in, and the damage was done by the time he got the hook.
Swing and a miss, and the count's full.
I mean, when you're chasing the opposing starter in the first inning or two, that's just such a tone setter for the game, and it puts the other team back on their heels, and it instills a lot of confidence in your lineup from top to bottom.
Now
next for Milwaukee, Seiya Suzuki.
That's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, hit a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
Foul ball, and it remains a full count. 1 down, base is empty. That's ball 4. Tried another fastball, but missed the spot.
What a battle. It's not always easy laying off a 3-2 pitch, and I'll tell you what, he earned that walk.
The 1-1 is cut on and missed to the pitch upstairs. Goes down swinging for the strikeout. Pulled the string on the changeup. At the plate, Garrett Mitchell. Throw to first, but it's wide of the bag and gets away. The tag and they get him. So a sloppy play there, but it ends the inning. As we go to the top of the 4th, so Harper stands in.
Harper.
Here's a 2-1. Line drive, come on.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it, but in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
And now the count is full. And another power hitter lurking in the on-deck circle. And there's ball four.
Boog, if I were him, I'd be nibbling around the plate as well. I mean, this guy is just capable of hitting pitches outside of the zone and driving them a long way.
And now the DH, Gabriel Moreno. In the air, left field. Chourio in position. He's got it, and there's two away.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
1-1 now. Yeah, big swing and a miss.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
2-2.
In the dirt. Santander off of first with two away. Swing and a ground ball. Slings to first, and the inning is over. Bottom of the fourth. Up now for Milwaukee, Garrett Mitchell.
Garrett Mitchell.
Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Now the throw to first on the run. And they get the out.
Now batting, catcher, Brandon.
Base is empty, one away. We're here in the bottom of the fourth. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. Swings and misses, struck him out. So the batting order
now
turns over. And the batter now, John Martinez. In the dirt, 2-1. And that skips in the dirt.
3-1.
That one finds the zone, and the count's full.
Looked pretty good as far as being in the strike zone, but I'm sure as a hitter, not too good with where it was located. Very top of the strike zone, middle away.
Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. Got him swinging. The fourth game of the World Series. And now for the Jays, David Fry. Out to center. Mitchell going after it. Makes the catch, and there's one gone. Bryson Stott next up for the Blue Jays. The Jays down by 4 here in Game 4 of the World Series. Hard on the ground to first. And he handles it himself for the out. Here's Andres Jimenez.
Now batting.
Fastball groove right down the middle. Usually a lot of damage done with that pitch. A hard grounder, but he wanted to get that ball in the air. Maybe drive it into the gap.
2 outs. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And a nice inning of work there as he sets him down 1-2-3. Back here in Milwaukee, here's the third baseman, Joseph Ortiz. Just missed.
Well, these Brewers putting together some really good at-bats in this game. There's been a lot to like with how they're approaching their chances at the plate. It looked to me like they really wanted to get to the starter early, get him out of the game before he settles in. So I'd say mission accomplished.
Now batting,
Jackson Choria up now for the Brewers.
Del Rio.
Hee-haw! 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt. Rutschman on to first. Out. 2 away now after the drop third strike.
Number 7,
2 out. Space is empty. Michael Tolia up now for the Brewers. And there's a ball. 2 down, nobody on.
2-1.
Last half of inning number 5. Slapped foul. And he couldn't hold back. He's rung up on strikes. New pitcher on here, Lucas Gilbert.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so
Now
he should
pitching
come
for
in
the
throwing
Brewers.
strikes, attacking these hitters.
Number 58, Lucas Gilbert.
Now here's the leadoff man for the Blue Jays, Lawrence Butler.
Lawrence Butler.
Nope.
Well,
ball.
these Blue Jays really impressing me with the quality of their at-bats in this one. It's been fun getting a chance to see them go to work. They
Right
really
to.
made that opposing starter work in this one. Ran his pitch count up, and now they've got an opportunity to continue making things difficult on the bullpen.
Hit in the air out to center field. And there's 1 down.
And no, they haven't broken through in a big way in the runs column, but with the way they're grinding out at bats, it definitely feels like there's potential for more coming.
Now a check swing, but he held up.
2 balls, 1 strike.
That
No,
one
that missed.
misses.
That's the ball.
And now 3 balls and a strike.
3-1.
Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2. They've got a potent lineup.
count.
And when you think about teams capable of rallying from this kind of deficit, they're right at the top of the list. And Joe McDonough says he won a round.
The first base.
And now
number
it's
3,
Bryce Harper to the
Bryce
plate.
Harper.
Here's a 1-1. And that's in the
2-1.
dirt. 2 out, space is empty. That one the other way. Brings it in for the 3rd out. Bottom of the 6th. Up now for Milwaukee, C.J. Abrams.
C.J. Abrams.
That pitch in for a strike. 1 and 2.
That's a ball. 2-2.
Headed towards the corner. Santander racing
That's
after
foul.
it. Couldn't get to it before it dropped foul. And now it's 3 and 2.
Really good take, especially with
count.
2 strikes.
Ground ball up the middle. Jimenez to first. And that's 1 out as they get the leadoff hitter in the 6th.
Now back.
Next for the
right
Brewers,
fielder,
Seiya Suzuki. Bases empty, 1 away here in the bottom of the 6th. High fly ball, right field. He makes the catch, and there's 2 down. 2 down, bases
Now
empty.
back, second
Next for
baseman.
Milwaukee,
Yeah.
Zach Geloff.
Yellow.
Swing and a miss, and he got him to chase.
1 and 2.
Tie a guy up like that, you're feeling like you are in command.
This one in the air center field. Varsho settles underneath it, hauls it in to end the inning.
Now pitching for
New
the
pitcher
Brewers,
on now, Tyler Ferguson.
number 47, Tyler Ferguson.
Anthony
Leading off
Santander at the plate.
The left fielder,
The Blue
number
Jays
25,
in striking
Anthony
distance, but have some work to do.
Santander.
Boog, it starts with the leadoff man. I need a good at bat out of him right here.
Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. Catcher tosses the mask, settles under it, has room, and he makes the catch. Gabriel Moreno next up for the Blue Jays.
Gabriel.
The Brewers
Moreno.
leading by 4 late here in Game 4. Outside low, and that's ball 2. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
There's a swing and a drive. Back there. Out of here. And they cut into the lead. It's 5-2. And now the center fielder, Dalton Varsho. That one is hammered right field. That's back there. Onto the track, and he makes the catch. David Fry next up for the Blue Jays.
First baseman, David Fry.
2 down, nobody on. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Fights it off. You'll see another.
Well, with both starters out of this ball game, it now becomes a battle of the bullpens and just seeing which manager can match up better and who's able to get to the finish line.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Matt Strong.
And we all know about his slider. It's just filthy, man.
Number
And
26.
one of the better ones in the game, I'd say.
Matt
Spin rate's very high, and it just breaks a ton.
Garrett Mitchell
Leading off
up now for the
the
Brewers.
The center fielder, Garrett Mitchell.
And it's strike 2. And that's a strikeout looking. Went back to the
Now
fastball,
batting,
and it was
catcher,
effective. Brandon Valenzuela
Valenzuela.
up now for the Brewers. That to right. Butler sizes this one up. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. 2 away.
Now batting, the
2 outs,
designated
base is
hitter,
empty.
John
And next is the designated hitter,
Martinez.
John Martinez. The 2-1.
That missed. That's a ball.
Pulls that one foul. And here's a 3-2. Rips one to right, and it stays fair. Around first and hustling for second. In safely. It's a double, and his second hit.
2 hits for him in this one, both for extra bases. Got to feel good about that. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
Runner at second, 2 down. Here in Game 4 of the World Series. That one in for a strike, 2-2. Swing and a miss, and that is that. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Jose Alvarado.
Now pitching for the Brewers, number 46, Jose Alvarado.
And now for the Jays, Bryson Stott.
Bryson Stott.
Flares it into the outfield. That gets down for a hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Anything but pretty right there, but he'll take it every time. He clearly didn't catch that one on the big part of the bat, just kind of muscled it out there. And on the mound, it can be pretty frustrating for a pitcher, but you just kind of have to expect those to drop in there sometimes.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Two balls and a strike. Here it comes. And that one hit 97 on the gun.
This is one of those situations the infielders have to pre-plan and understand that the ball's got to be hit extremely hard right at them if they're going to have a chance to go for a double play.
Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2.
Hanging in there pretty good against the lefty.
Strike 3 on the foul tip. And now the right fielder, Lawrence Butler. Working down in the zone to start the at-bat, looking for that double play ground ball.
Yeah, back-to-back sinkers there. He's looking for some weak contact or to get this hitter to roll over. Now is it
over to second for 1, and that's 2.
Now pitching for
back
Toronto.
now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Kevin Ginkel.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
So digging in,
Leading
Jackson
for the
Chourio.
Brewers, the left fielder, Jackson Chourio.
That's way outside. 2-1. Right through there for a strike. Out of line, out towards center. Varsho makes the grab, and there's one away. Here's Michael Toglia. Base is empty, one away. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. And that misses. And that's ball 2. That one is absolutely belted. Way back there. Boom goes the dynamite. He's up to 3 home runs in the series. It's 6-2. 1 out, base is empty. Up now for Milwaukee, C.J. Abrams. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. Couldn't hit the fastball at the knees. Next for the Brewers, Seiya Suzuki. The 1-1 is fouled off. And a swing and a miss at the slider in the dirt. In time. So the drop third strike doesn't hurt him, and that's that. We're back. It's the top of the 9th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, JoJo Romero.
Now pitching for the Brewers, Number 59. JoJo Romero.
Here's the Toronto
Lead
catcher,
off the
Adley
the
Rutschman.
catcher, number 35, Adley Rutschman.
And a 1-1. Just missed.
No, ball. No, that's out.
That one misses.
Ball four, take
So
your
a
base.
leadoff walk.
The first baseman, number 3.
So man
Bryce
aboard. And now
Harper.
here is Bryce Harper. And a swing and a line drive into right field. Suzuki makes the play, and there's one down. He's 2 outs
bat,
away.
the left
And the
fielder,
batter now, Anthony Santander.
Santander.
The Brewers leading by 4 late here in Game 4. Ripped to right. Suzuki makes the grab. 2 down.
Now pitching for
So out of the pen comes the right-hander, Abner
Number 45.
Uribe.
Abner Uribe.
So they're down to their final out. And next for Toronto, Gabriel Moreno. The Jays down by 4 here in Game 4 of the World Series. And a foul ball. One strike away. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. Two outs. Got him, and that's the ball game.
Well, we can tell these players feel great and also relieved to even up the series. There's so much on the line. You've worked so hard to get here. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a Game 7 in this series.
And your final 6-2. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi saying so long.
Well, the Jays dug themselves in a hole that couldn't dig themselves out of. Let's have a look at the box score. For the Jays bats, they scored 2 runs on 4 hits, 2 walks, strike out 8 times. Fry hits a double, Moreno hits a home run. Stott and Moreno get the RBIs. Stott gets a stolen base. And for the pitching, Brian Wu gets a second loss of the postseason. And as a team, they give up 6 runs on 10 hits, 1 walk, and strike out 11. And with the loss, the series is now tied at 2 apiece. So remember to like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss the next game for Game 5 of the World Series between the Toronto Blue Jays and the Milwaukee Brewers.